called No Peace for the Weekend. No Peace for the Weekend, yes. You just briefly want to talk about how and what this movie actually entails. So, this is going to be a very quick one. I watched this movie 2 days ago, a few days ago actually, and it was quite entertaining for me. I love the spiritual aspect of it. I don't know about you, but I actually kind of enjoyed, you know, a bit of it. Now, the movie started with Lizzie Gold, where she was just pretty much, uh, covering herself up and also making sure that things go as planned because she is the vigilante of the village. Now, that notwithstanding, yeah, there was this situation where she encountered uh, Destiny Tiku. Destiny Tiku, on the other hand, kills people just for her own world, which obviously no peace for wicked. Now she needed to renew the contract with the goddess or with the spirit. So as she did that, or she wanted to do that, she has to do that actually so that she can sustain her work. Now, this is where the problem is. They block everywhere where she will go and get, human sacrifice or whatnot. That was not going to happen anyway. So yeah, they had to, she needed to fight Lizzie Gold so that she can have access to human being that she will sacrifice and then sustain the world and connection and all of that. So there was this back and forth with the two of them. So both of them were just not giving each other peace. Pretty much, that's what this movie is. No Peace for the Wicked. I really kind of enjoyed, should I say a bit or more? I don't know. I kind of enjoyed it. I don't know about you, but I really did enjoy it. It was fun for me. It was just casual fun. There's not a movie where you watch and then you criticize it or what should I even put it? You put an eagle eye on it, you know, because if you want to do that, you're not going to enjoy the movie. So sometimes you just have to watch it in a soft landing way. I mean, somehow someone will say we are giving this YouTube producer. Some of them actually do put in a lot of the movie they produce for us to watch. So I don't think that we are giving them a pass because of what they or how we perceive YouTube movies should be. I just pretty much think that some of those movies are just for entertainment purposes. Yeah, entertainment value. I don't think some of them really do give us that much of a value. But again, no peace for the wicked. Now let's talk about the location for this movie. With the location, if you are into Asaba movie or if you watch a bit of Asaba movie, then trust me, you know that this location have been used so many times by all the producers that gave us movies from the Asaba location. So for the location, I think it was pretty decent. We've seen this location so like 1,000 times. So I don't think location is something that we should even talk about. What we should talk about is the acting and the storyline when it comes to YouTube space. That's what I believe. Because with the YouTube, they just recycle the location. So I don't know why we should be talking about location for YouTube movies or yeah, location. I don't think is something that we should be talking about when it comes to YouTube space because they just recycle the location. I know some of you will see a house or an estate and you've seen it 1,000 times, like in different productions. So I don't think it's something that we should talk about. We should talk about storyline and acting. I think that's what, when I'm reviewing or even recommending movies for someone, especially someone who is not into YouTube space, I mostly recommend movies based off storyline and acting. And especially if I know that this character will nail this movie or the role, I think I also mostly recommend such movies to someone who is interested in, watching YouTube movies. So that's what it is. With No Peace for the Wicked, a lot of people do not value or do not really appreciate Lizzie Gold movie like that. And I understand because she kind of give early 2000 movie acting storyline. I really cannot understand. For me, when I'm watching Lizzie Gold movie, I watch it based off I want to have this nonchalant feeling of the olden days. I want to have that feel. I don't want to be uptight. I don't want to have this Lagos aesthetic feeling. No, 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 no. I want to have this local feeling. So sometimes you have to have a balance, not necessarily because you want to criticize or be a hard critic or be, just have this eagle eye watching a movie. Sometimes you just have to relax and watch it just because for realization purposes and entertainment purposes, not being too strong on yourself or being too hard on yourself watching some of this movie. So with Lizzie Gold, it was pretty decent. I even realized that Destiny Tiku was in this movie. She had a sore on her leg because she was limping. She wasn't even fully dressed because I noticed she was in slippers throughout the movie, and that was so bad. That was also very obvious. You could realize that yeah, sometimes they don't really put value in what they put out, and that's sad. And this is what makes some people not to value Lizzie Gold's production or Lizzie Gold's movie. Destiny almost half, or should I say almost 30 minutes through the movie, she was in one cloth, and I was like, whoa. Just because she was asked to go for a sacrifice or something like that, almost 30 minutes, 25 minutes, yes, almost halfway through the movie, she was in one clothing, and she was limping. She was not fully dressed. You could see that, yeah, I mean, she had some injuries some time ago. So I realized that was how she was just limping throughout the movie. I'm like, what is going on with her? So that was pretty. For me, I don't, when I'm watching these movies, I don't really criticize it that hard. Guys, if you're on the live, you can say hi. So yeah, with No Peace for the Wicked, nothing much to say. The only thing that you could feel if you watch Isakaba, if you watch is something similar. Isakaba with this, I think they took the same storyline and just they didn't even tweak anything actually. What did they tweak? They didn't really tweak anything. The only difference is that they concentrated on only one person instead of several crimes happening. The only concentration was just Destiny Tiku. That was it. And the beginning of the movie was also a bit confusing. She wanted to break down a house to reconstruct the house. When she didn't own, when she didn't buy, like she just stood up and just want to take over someone's property. It doesn't make sense. When you want to sit down and think about it, it doesn't make sense either. And then the point where they were trying to, buy or kill Lizzie Gold or sacrifice Lizzie Gold. All of a sudden, she was unconscious. I'm like, how? What happened? Like, there are so many question marks. So sometimes if you watch Lizzie Gold or even Destiny's movie, you you pretty much have to make up your mind that you are either going to be angry or going to be laughing about it or asking yourself why you're watching such a movie. So it's pretty decent. Rating it, if I want to rate this movie, I'll tell you, is a 1/10. But of course, they have their target audience. I think I've said it in one of my lives that when you are with the YouTube space, everybody have a market. In as much as there is so many, mediocre or bad movies, or a lot of people do not rate YouTube movies, they still have market, or they still have their community or fans or people who still support them, just like this movie like this. Someone watch this movie and say, what the hell are we watching? Then we will have someone also watching the same movie and say, I enjoy. Like me, I'm like, I know how this movie is going to go, so I'm not going to be too hard on myself not to watch it and have fun with it. Some of this movie is for realization, oh, I mean, relaxation purposes, or just entertainment. So you don't need to be too hard and too difficult, because if you are, you are not going to enjoy the movie. So sometimes when I see people go too hard criticizing this movie, I'm like, then you are not getting the purpose of watching the movie. So yeah, Don't Peace for the Wicked is decent, but I'll definitely not recommend it for someone who is very hard critic of Nollywood. I would definitely not I would recommend this movie for older generation, or people who knows that this is what they are expecting to see in a movie like this. So yeah, I think if you're on the live, guys, you can say hi. Kwabena, I don't know if you are the one on the live. Let me know. Just say hi. So let me know if you've watched this movie called, No Peace for the Wicked. The movie is on Lizzie Good TV. And before they even released this movie, a lot of people were thinking that Lizzie Gold and Destiny were not in talking terms, or they were not. Yeah, they were not in talking. They were friends before, so a lot of people were also thinking they are not cool. So both of them being on the same project kind of boost the views for the movie as well. I don't know if you guys understand what I mean. There was this conversation going on Facebook that they are not cool, they are not friends anymore. So seeing them together on the same project was pretty decent. I think I didn't expect them to be friends, because obviously one is the enemy, one is the villain, one is the victim and all of that. So I didn't expect them to be friends either. That was, for me, it's pretty good. I enjoyed it. I don't know about what you guys think. I enjoy it. Not to be hard on yourself, you definitely enjoy it. So, guys, if you're on the live, just say hi, guys. If you're on the live, just say hi. So, yeah, this is just a quick. Yeah, guys. Let me know what you guys think. Yeah, it's a pretty decent movie.